Mr. Chair, distinguished delegates, youth delegates, it is a great honor to address this important forum on behalf of Georgian youth at this transformative time for the United Nations. At the outset, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to the United Nations and Georgian government for placing young people high on the national and international agenda. Young people comprise a quarter of the Georgian population, people who will assume responsibility for the better future of our country in over a decade from now. In past several months, I have met many of them across the country. Their natural optimism, energy and aspiration to make Georgia a better place was stirring and inspiring. I spoke with kids raised in foster cares and orphanages. One of them shared with me her dream to become an investigative journalist, but feared that she would never be able to achieve it because of her economic hardship and everyday struggle for survival. I've met with an array of vulnerable groups, including young people with disabilities, some of whom feel stigmatized and suffer from limited ability to participate in different areas of life because the environment is not responsive to their needs. In addressing these and other challenges, Georgia has made progressive steps towards forming an all-inclusive society and equally enabling environment, which is supported by the National Youth Policy and Respective Action Plan developed in 2014. Mr. Chair, Georgia believes that utter disrespect for the fundamental principles of international law, human rights and basic freedoms in domestic affairs have significantly contributed to the dangerous erosion of trust between nations and peoples, which on its part has played a pivotal role in recent manifestations of violent extremism and radicalization of youth in certain parts of the world. The latest developments in the Middle East, Africa and Eastern Europe have clearly demonstrated that we cannot take our security for granted, and in today's uncertain world, all like-minded countries must stand united to protect and promote peace and stability. In this spirit, Georgia continues its robust engagement across a range of counter-terrorism-related issues and remains a strong counter-terrorism partner to the democratic world. Challenges faced by Georgian youth are furthermore aggravated by the military occupation of about 20% of my country. We count roughly 400,000 internally displaced persons banished from their homes in occupied Georgian regions of Abkhazia and Trinvali region, South Ossetia. Displaced youth who have been confronted by the armed conflict, several waves of displacement and ethnic cleansing since the 1990s, and affected by a large-scale war of 2008, struggle to regain self-confidence and dignity after the violence they had to endure. The only durable solution for their future is a safe, dignified and voluntary return to places of origin. It is particularly concerning that young people in the occupied territories are deprived from exercising their fundamental right to education in their own native language, which is guaranteed by the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child. Young residents of villages affected by the conflict who refuse to leave their homes and move to the cities for better and safer conditions embody the best of Georgia, as they stand for principles of dignity, liberty and justice, which comes at the expense of their own security. Against this background, statements of regret and condemnation are not enough. We, young people of Georgia, need international support in the face of foreign military occupation, because these are not merely violent actions against one specific country, but rather deliberate efforts to undermine the universal principles of sovereignty and territorial integrity. In conclusion, I would like to welcome and commend commitment of all young people to cooperate for attaining sustainable peace and development. Youth is not only future, youth is also present, and we stand ready to engage in every initiative and action aimed at implementation of post-2015 development agenda, especially in the context of promotion and empowerment of young people around the globe. I thank you.
I thank the distinguished representative of Georgia, particularly for her personal